Alright, so good morning, and yeah, we got some new shoes in the house for testing. This is the Nike Vomero Plus here, and first of all, I just have to say I think this is the most outlandish colorway I've ever seen in a running shoe, and I don't think the camera actually shows just how bright and how vibrant this pink is, but yeah, I just absolutely love it. And anyway, this is Nike's latest max cushion shoe, and it's meant to be like an upgrade to the Vomero 18, and it does sort of look like that shoe, but actually this has lost considerable weight. This has gone down from 265 grams in a EU 40 down to 242, which is very noticeable. And instead of the React X ZoomX sandwich construction, we now actually have 4 ZoomX in this shoe and 45 millimeters of it. And yeah, let's see how this runs. Yeah, so I've done, I think, 4 runs in this now, and it's a very interesting shoe actually, because you kind of think that a mass cushion shoe with this much ZoomX would just be an uncontrollable mess and super squishy, but what's surprising is number one, it's not actually that soft, and number two, it kind of disappears on the run. Like, you don't really notice it all that much. And yeah, I mean, of course, all I've done in this one is easy runs. That's what it's made for. It's not a speed shoe, but you can actually pick up your feet quite well in this one. So yeah, let's just have a quick look at this one here and start off with the foam, the ZoomX. I think Nike has pretty much confirmed now that the ZoomX in the race shoes, like the Vaporfly and the Alphafly, is a different flavor than the stuff we get in the training shoes, like the Pec Plus and this one. And it actually says tuned for maximum cushioning on the side here, and I think that's pretty accurate. This shoe definitely feels less aggressive and less propulsive than the stuff we have in the race shoes, but it has this little bit of bounce to it, this little bit of feeling like you're ticking forward and just have a little bit of pep in your step and this kind of airy ZoomX feeling that's a bit hard to describe really. But yeah, I think this is really, really nice underfoot. And just in terms of geometry, I'd call this like a mildly rockered shoe. I mean, it does have a bit of a curve to it, but it's nowhere near as aggressive as a Glycerin Max, for instance, which really feels like you're falling off a cliff on every step. This is much less controlling, and yeah, actually a really, really gentle and really well rolling ride here.
Ce train est aujourd'hui supprimé entre Andange et la Q-Sud.
Yeah, this is just nice, and for once this Vomero Plus here actually feels like a max cushion shoe where you don't have to be like a super heavy body weight to actually get something from it. Like even me at my 55 kilos, I feel like I'm getting a really, really nice cushion here and really nice bit of bounce, and this midsole really feels like very lively and actually really doing a lot underfoot, but without being too crazy, and still feels like almost like sort of a normal shoe. I'm really liking my pink cruise strips here. So it's kind of weird actually that Nike decided to make this shoe in this way, because this is literally a Vomero 18. This is exactly the same geometry, but it is full ZoomX and less padding in the upper. I think those are the main differences here, and that really changes the shoe a lot. I mean, I kind of like the Vomero 18 sort of, but it is a very niche shoe. It is really made for your slowest recovery plots only, and it is almost impossible to pick it up in that shoe. And this one with the full ZoomX and the considerably lighter weight, I mean, it's still not a speed shoe, of course. This is made for max cushion, but it's just so much easier to pick up your feet in this shoe, and you know, you're sacrificing absolutely nothing here. This is just as comfortable, and yeah, it's only 20 euros more. Of course, the Vomero 18 is discounted everywhere, but this will be discounted as well at some point, and I think you are really getting an infinitely better shoe here. So I think main concern for a lot of people might be stability, and I mean, of course this is 45 millimeters of ZoomX, but what helps here is that this is not a squishy formulation of ZoomX. It's actually quite resilient. I mean, just pressing your finger into this, yes, it's soft, but it is not squishy, and you do not end up kind of squishing in every direction here. And also you have quite considerable sidewalls. I think my foot sits somewhere around here or something like that, so you are quite well bedded in. Plus you have a very wide base here, so yeah, this shoe does feel kind of like a cruise ship underfoot. So the Vomero 18 in terms of upper, I think it did its job quite well, i.e. just providing maximum comfort, but it did feel like it was a bit much at times and a bit of excess padding and more than you actually needed. Now this Vomero Plus here, this does not sacrifice any comfort, but it is stripped back a bit, especially in the heel collar here. We do have less padding, and I mean, even now it is completely soaked in water and it does not feel ridiculously heavy or anything like that. So I think we can kind of see this shoe as a straight replacement for the Invincible Run, which was Nike's old full ZoomX Max cushion shoe, and it's now a few years old. And I actually revisited the Invincible 3 a couple weeks ago and was quite surprised by, by today's standards, just how much ground feel there actually is in the forefoot, and that is definitely less here. This has gone up in stack height, but what makes it so appealing is that, number one, it's actually 10 to 20 euros cheaper depending on the colorway for more shoe, and it is actually lighter by 10 grams or something like that in my size. So yeah, I think this is honestly a straight upgrade to the Invincible. So one thing this shoe took over from the Invincible is the outsole, which is pretty much full waffles. And once again, how's the shoe so light with this much rubber underfoot? But I think it's actually needed, as I think we've seen that with the Vaporfly and the Alphafly, and even the training formulation of ZoomX that we have in the Peg Plus and this one, it's quite fragile and it does need to be protected. But yeah, this is actually a very, very grippy shoe, and even on wet ground here, I feel like there's almost no slipping, and you can probably take this on light trails as well, as it is also a very stable shoe. Sure, ZoomX, it does lose its performance over time a bit, but I don't see this outsole wearing down at all. And I know Nike gets a lot of flack for their build quality sometimes, but I see absolutely nothing wrong with this one. And yeah, I think this Vomero Plus here should last you a very long time. Alright, so yeah, I think that's it here on the Nike Vomero Plus here. And yeah, what a nice shoe this is. I almost don't really know what to say except for just forget the Vomero 18. This is just a much better shoe, and it's really not much more expensive. And if you like max cushion shoes and you want something very protective but not something that is weird underfoot, there's nothing too crazy about this one, then I really highly recommend this one. And yeah, hope you found this entertaining, and like and subscribe as always, and see you soon.